Come out of the bar.
Hello YouTube, cheers and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. Check it out. Now here's a little story I like to tell.
Let's get into it.
Listen, storytelling. It's been the basis or backbone of hip-hop since its inception. Storytelling is what hip-hop is about in some way or other.
And we forget about it sometimes. Sometimes it's underrated, or we talk about different skill sets that makes, an MC or makes them great in our book. But sometimes storytelling gets overlooked.
Well, today, that's not the case.
We got you.
We are doing the best storytellers in hip-hop. That's all time.
We keep it 100 with
Besides...
Yeah, let's keep it 100 with him.
Besides...
We all know the master. We give it up. Salute.
It wouldn't be much of a show
the king.
If any one of us included Slick Rick.
Slick Rick is
he's here.
Undoubtedly.
He's up here somewhere.
The man when it comes to rapping and storytelling. He's probably the pioneer. I won't say the creator, but he's probably one of the pioneers of it. And let's be honest, he's
the first. He's the creator of doing every rap to be a story.
And the stories that he told are probably the most classic in hip hop history. So.
Unbeatable. For no other reason than he's the first and the best. But anyway, besides Slick Rick,
so we say outside of Slick Rick,
and we only can choose one. No ties today, none of that. With that being said, let go.
Classic MC because we're going with a classic category. We talk about storytelling. Few MCs come to your mind, and I'm sure you have your honorable mentions. I could have went with the Andre 3000s or the Scarfaces of the world, which we all know they classic songs, classic storytelling skills. However, I'm going with the legendary Bed-Stuy MC. That's right. Notorious. B.I.G. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, yeah. A lot of y'all gonna feel me, know what I'm talking about. But if y'all don't, or you too young to...
You just come out with the big guns.
To really know. Wow. You didn't know, that's one of the Biggie staples right there. He did that, and he did that well. I'm talking about some of the most vivid, elaborate, well-told stories, made sense, and a couple of them were even based on truth. Well, I would say most of them, the stories that Big told.
I'm not sure that, he really did much fiction.
Yeah, they were a lot, because years later the stories came out about that Knicks player that he was talking about in the story to tell that was based on a true story. We all heard about the stories of Big going OT out of town without puffing on or whatever, doing his little hustle 1-2. So a lot of Big stories were based on, you're right, nonfiction. For that alone, to me, you at least get the stamp of authenticity. You're telling a story that's a true story. So
okay.
But more than that, like I said, he was elaborate with it. It was very detailed and it was very vivid. Probably because of Big smooth delivery, like fine wine. You can sit back, you can close your eyes to it, you can sit back, blow your blunt to it, and it's soothing and relaxing to hear Big's delivery to the story. But like I said, Big was an elaborate MC. We all know that. And when it came to storytelling, it's just one of the many things he did well. As I mentioned in his Story to Tell, which was on his second LP, where, like I said, he told a story about knocking the chick off, and it was one of the girlfriends from a player off the New York Knicks.
She get dick from a player off the New York Knicks. Nigga trick ridiculous, the shit was plush. She stressing me to fuck, like she was in the rush. And I'm smoking on homegrown, then I heard her moan. Honey, I'm home, yup. Don't chrome for situations like this. I'm up in this broad, I know he won't like this.
That was crazy. That's a classic joint right there. I got a story to tell, but I ain't gonna let it all out the bag on why Big is the best storyteller outside of Slick Rick. But let me hear what Bruce talking about, man.
Listen, man, nobody can deny Big, one of the best, one of the best of all time rappers, period. But we talking about just telling stories. There's only so much that Big could do in his 2 albums. There's another dude who every single album gives you color, the same vivid and elaborate. There's nobody more vivid, colorful, or elaborate in his storytelling than Ghostface Killah of the Wu-Tang Clan. You guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, go to the album Fish Scale. From beginning to end, when the song number 3, he's talking about that was produced by I can't even remember all this stuff. This is off the top. Like this, song number 3 is running from the cops. Song number 4, he's in the bar and he's talking about the color of the hair that the girls at the bar have and who's sniffing this and who's doing that and how he can tell. And then the story that he told the person inside the story. He's telling a story inside of a story. But there's another part of him. When he goes to be in Tony Stark's, your boy Biggie is really good. The flow is crazy. He's one of the best rappers. But the same vivid and colorful nature goes also into nonfiction. And people have said before, well, that means not authentic. No, your library is full of outstanding and renowned authors that write fiction and nonfiction. And this guy does both of those equally as well.
Hey yo, I'm lost underwater. I see a pink door with a crystal handle, so I keep swimming, amazed that I'm not drowning. Butterflies took control when I arrived, and the door, no, I knocked first. I'm not on my turf, I seen a ray of lights that resemble live fireworks. Some mermaids with Halle Berry haircuts, flashing their tail like follow me now. Don't be afraid, see rubies, diamonds, smothered under octopus, jellyfish, sharks, saw octopus, pocketbook, pearls on the mermaid girls, Gucci belts that they rock for no reason from a different world.
Just as vividly, and you don't know which story is which. They're all coming from a real place, but it's obviously fiction. He's talking about being Iron Man. For the comic book lovers, the reason why they love comic books, you'll realize, oh, it's not just because these kids who like superheroes. People's careers are built on the writing of these comic books, these ideas. Go watch a Marvel movie and you'll see why. It's storytelling at its best, and that's how they came about. That's why these guys choose these. The whole Wu-Tang Clan choose these type of characters, because storytelling is the backbone of what they do in their eyes. And so I'm not saying that Biggie's not better than Ghostface, period, as a rapper. What I am saying, as a storyteller, every single song is a new and inventive story, and I'm gonna get into some of those stories after I hear your rebuttal.
That is why you fail.
I wouldn't dispute those claims of Ghostface and him being colorful and even elaborate.
Fiction, nonfiction.
And his storytelling.
Quantity.
The fiction and nonfiction, that goes into your personal preference. I don't know. I tend to side with, the story. It's something about when you see Malcolm X and knowing that that's a true story. It's that much more powerful. To me, and I can't speak for everybody, but for me, that is something that grabs you. Like, wow, this. When they really marched down the street to the police precinct and had to get the guy out the police department and take him to the hotline. Knowing that these events really happened it means something to me. And if you're able to articulate that and execute that, whether that be across the screen or rapping it, which, as my partner stated, Big was one of the best to rap, then it's powerful. It's that much more powerful to me. Another story that comes to mind when I talk about Big is the Everyday Struggle, and that was one of my favorite songs of all time. But the fact, like I said, it showcases the storytelling ability, the skills. Oh man, I got the master plan in the caravan on the way to Maryland with my man 2 Tex. He told 2 Tex. Yeah, Big, you know, he was definitely a master of ceremony. He was definitely one of the top MCs, and like I said, storytelling ability. That's it for me, man. And Big only had 2 albums. He's still revered as one of the top 10 rappers of all time. So it tells you what type of, you know, how people regarded him when he was here. And like I said, one of his biggest strengths, if not his biggest, was the storytelling skills. And like I said, for me, he's the best with it. I won't get into numbers and what the albums did and all that, but
that doesn't really have just as much to do with this as anyway. Yeah, so I feel like we're not even talking about that. It's not about the numbers.
I'm sure you don't want to talk about that.
Well, that's fine. Even if you wanted to, that's fine. My only number is the amount of stories that this guy has told. I'm going to give you the reason why fiction is important. I understand, like you said, personal preference is you may like the Malcolm X joint because it made you feel. I liked the story Fargo. You ever have seen that? That's a movie that's so crazy. What makes it even more crazy is the fact that you know it's real. I hear you. But we're talking about who's the best storyteller. And so in a quantifiable way, all I can say is this person does fiction as good as they do nonfiction. So it's just another stack on the sheet is what I'm saying. It's not whether I like fiction over nonfiction or not. Now, after we put that stack on the sheet, I'm gonna put another stack on and say, well, he's more colorful. I see the colors, I see what's going on. I could smell the beer at the bar. And just as an example, I'm gonna give you All I Got Is You, featuring Mary J. Blige. That's not it. After that, if you look at the album, it's on Iron Man. And the rest of these stories, all the way from the skits to the stories, every single song, go to once again, go to Fish Scale and listen to the second to last song where he's actually playing a card game. And he's playing a poker game, and you almost hear the glasses clinking in the background of Vegas. You almost hear blackjack spinning to the left of you when he's talking about what's happening at the poker game. The chips, you see the colors, you feel it. And he's just the best at it over the most amount of time is another stack I'm gonna put on there. It's not that Biggie's not a better rapper. I cannot say that. I can say over time, this dude has gone from fiction to nonfiction to storytelling and has done both equally as well and more colorful and more entertaining in my mind. That's my wrap up. When you can do it that much, that long, over this many albums and that many songs, if Biggie had more time, maybe he would win. But unfortunately he didn't. And I have to go by what we have in front of us. 8 albums, 9 albums, plus features, all of them full of stories that have sparked the imagination.
The quantity is one thing. You could come out with 50 albums. The quality.
All of them are dope.
In the albums is what I rate it by and what my measurement is by. And I think we all can agree there were no exceptions with Big's 2 classic albums, and the songs that I just mentioned were 2 classic songs. What made them classics? What I just mentioned, Big's exceptional storytelling ability. For that, he's the best, you know. Y'all give us feedback. Y'all let us know. Big or Ghost?
What do you think?
Storytelling.
Listen, man. What do you guys think? Leave the comments right down there. We want you guys to leave the comments because this is a debate show. Debate doesn't stop with us. It starts with you. Like that's where the debate comes from. And also, we shout you out and we debate your comments. So leave your comments right down there. We'll be right back with shout outs of everybody who went in from Monday all the way through today, Wednesday. And here they are, the shout outs. Everybody, you guys earned them. First of all, Antoine Fry. He said, you know, when Dolph is brought up on the show, this show, always have to get my input in. That's right. I heard you many times before, Antoine. You said, but come on, Slim. you must be lighting something you're not supposed to over there with that lighter. And you're right. Come on, man. Dolph, the worst, one of the 3 worst, unbelievable. That's what I think. He's not here to defend himself, so I win. Appreciate that, Antoine Fry. Parker McCrae, appreciate your comment. Thank you for subscribing. Let's see. Mr. Fleetwood, once again, you commented on the last one. Murder gonna die if you keep messing with skills. LOL. Hey, listen, very likely. But Mr. Fleetwood, thank you. You got a big time shout out, man. Everybody, y'all get the shout outs. Y'all know who you are. Thank you for watching. Back to the show. And there you have it. You guys leave those comments, buy those beats.
Who's wrong and who's right? And if we miss somebody, like I said, those honorable mentions. You got any honorable mentions? You know, Dre used to be nice with it.
Andre 3000. Listen, honorable mention, Rapman, London. Rapman from London. We've done a show on him before. Outstanding.
Spice One, Snoop was nice, crazy nice with it.
He was.
Niggas forget about the deep cover and all of that. You talking about fictional tales and all of that. People forget about 187 on the Undercover Cop, which was a story in itself.
You said Scarface, right?
No doubt.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean, you guys know who they are. All peace to the guy Slick Rick. After that, you know it's Ghostface.
That's big all day.
Peace.
We out of here.